Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Radiyah. I'm from PBI 1. So for this video, I will explain you about the chapter 3 about research method of my seminar proposal, with the title is The Effectiveness of Using Songs in the Improving Pronunciation for Elementary School. Okay, the research problem is the problem of this research is what the difficulties learning pronunciation, and the second one is how the songs effective to improve their pronunciation. For the research objective is the objectives in this research is to find out the difficulties in learning pronunciation and also to find out the effectiveness of using songs to improve their pronunciation. For the research method, in the method of study, this using the descriptive method or qualitative method is used as the research method. It is used to describe the situation of the object based on the fact in the field. Meanwhile, the research design which will be used in this research is classroom action research design, which has 4 steps. The first is planning. After finding the problems in this field, the researcher identified the problem found in the field and planned some ways to overcome the problems in this research. The problem found was lack of the elementary students' ability to pronounce English words well. Meanwhile, the way was used to overcome the problems was the use of the English songs as a learning media. So in this step, the researchers prepared lesson plan, teaching media, observation sheets, and field notes. And for the action, after planning to use English song as a learning media to elementary students, the researcher asked the English teacher as the researcher collaborators to use the media during the learning process in the classroom based on the lesson plan that is written by the researcher. It means that the researcher conducted the treatment to the elementary students, and the third is observing. In this step, the researcher observed the process of the treatment and note things which occurred in the field in observation sheets and field notes. And the last one is reflecting. The researcher and the collaborators discuss the result of the treatments, the things that had been achieved, and the obstacle faced, and also the solution for those obstacles to be used in the next cycle. And the next is operational definitions. In order to prevent any possibilities of misconception about the terms applied in this research, the following explanation will be the term that are necessary to explain. The first is pronunciation, is the study about how you pronounce the word correctly. And the second one is song, is a kind of the art words that is instead to be the song either with or without instrumental accompaniment. And okay, the next is for the participants of the study. The participants of the research are the students of elementary school number 1 Palembang of grade 5, because this using qualitative method, so the participant will be only one class with consist of the 23 students. Okay, and the next is the data collection. Techniques of the data collection will apply in this research are measurement and observation. In measurement, the researcher will measure the students' performance result in each cycle through speaking assessment, where the students are asked to answer the questions related to the English songs orally, but one by one in front of the class through alphabetized. Meanwhile, in the observations, the writer observed the students' performance by using observation checklists and alphabets. There are 4 tools of data collection used in this research, namely speaking assessment, field note, and observation checklist. In field note, In field note, the researcher will ask the collaborator to write down and record the student's speaking ability and student's behavior studied from the first to the third cycle. Observation checklist contains the list of the objectives that the researcher collaborator will check when observe the activity in the classroom. Observation checklist will become the guideline for the researcher to give the specific feedback on the aspect of the classroom. Okay, and the next is for the data analysis. The technique of the data analysis will use the qualitative research techniques in which Miles and Haberman 2010 stated that the data analysis consists of the three activities such as data rejection. The data rejection is the process of the selecting, focusing, simplifying, abstracting, and transforming the raw data. In other words, the data reduction is the process of the minimizing the data required. Here, the researcher who selected the data required discard the data which didn't concern to the research. And the second one is the data display. The data display is the process of the organizing the data. Here, the researcher arranged the data which consisted of the some documents. And the last is conclusion drawing. Conclusion drawing will be done after analyzing the data display. Here the researcher interpreted the result of the data display and concluded the result of this research. Okay, and the last is about trustworthiness. The accuracy of the interpretation on findings have to be ensured in this process of the collecting and analyzing data. In this research, I will validate the accurateness of the discovery of or finding them by using member checking. Creswell 2012 stated in member checking, the data will be collected and checking by asking one or more participants in the study to ensure the accuracy of each data from the search-like interview. The analysis of the data from the member checking will strengthen the findings to be accurate and credible. Based on the explanation above, member checking techniques will be used to check the reliability and validity of the data by checking the accurateness from interview data. Okay, I think that's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.